should be good to go. Stream is popping back up. That's fantastic. So hopefully that will work. Computer locked up. Computer froze. No good. I don't know what happened. So I'll have to investigate that later. I have a whole game. I got a lot of games to run tomorrow, so that will not happen. It will not happen tomorrow. So, anyways, we'll see. Hopefully it's stable. Looks to be fine. Pit, what are we doing?
Yeah. So I used my action and movement to get where I am.
Okay.
And now I'm gonna use my bonus action to inspire Jax here.
Okay.
Inspire Jax to not be dead, maybe.
That way, if you get attacked before, maybe you can, not die.
We
I don't think-
believe in Jax.
Hmm. Alright. And basically, he's gonna shout, "You can't die yet. You still have a girl to get rejected by." And that's gonna be his turn.
All right, Salt, on your turn here. We're going to now reveal another creature here coming from the draws. As it does, it begins to
Oh my
filter out, moving
God.
15 feet, then begins to sense and comes right up here. Lance looks towards you, comes in for a juicy tentacle to swing at you. 13 is going to be missed as you dodge out of the way, then the bite comes swashing through. 22 hits you with the bite. You take 9 points of piercing damage. That is the end of the creature. Jax, we now come to you. Jax, you're paralyzed. All you can do now is a Constitution saving throw. Please and thank you. The Bark Inspiration might.
I'm gonna give it a go. Nope.
Rip.
All right, so the 11, that is going to be a failure, unfortunately. You are still paralyzed, so I have to end your turn there.
Yep.
Come to this creature here. This creature is going to now look towards you, Donlin. It is going to look for a tentacle strike. 27 is going to hit you.
Did you say a 27? Holy shit.
Donlin, I have you to 13 con save. That will be a success. You only take 1 point of poison damage. But then for its mouth here, it actually is going to do something quite interesting. It's going to go in for a bite. 13 is going to be a miss. You see it's pushing and it's biting, it's thrashing, and it very well could push you into the hole as its motions and movements. Your feet are getting backtracked. There's not a lot of movement here in space. Creature ends its turn. You're unharmed except for the 1 point of poison damage that was dealt to you. Kanan, it's your turn.
Alright, yeah, his plan is still get us down the hole before we get surrounded again. So he's gonna take his movement. It should put him at 25, 30.
Okay.
The dog is small, right? So I can just step past it.
Technically the Steel Defender is medium, actually. So
Oh, is it?
it is medium. I think for intents and purposes, it'll be fine. I'm good.
Okay. Given what I see happening, hold on, let me check that. He's gonna look around at all the creatures and at the paralyzed Jax. Hello, let there be crystals at the bottom of this hole, and he's gonna shove Jax into the hole.
Jax, you're getting shoved into the hole.
Yep.
Are you fighting that at all?
I'm paralyzed.
That's right. You are paralyzed,
So
which means you automatically fail any strength
Yep.
or dex saves. Any last words?
I'm paralyzed. I can't even talk.
Goodbye, Jax.
Poor Jax.
Push him in.
How could this
There's
happen
crystals.
to me?
There's crystals down there, right, Donlin?
I didn't get a chance to look.
Oh,
I'm just hearing the Piano Man's harmonica solo as this guy gets jumped over the edge.
Let the record show it was the holy man that killed him, not the guy he was teasing.
What if
Hey,
we-
That way in
that
my
would be
turn.
murder.
Woof.
Lance, you're up next.
Okay. Not really sure what to do about this guy next to me, so. I guess. I will take a shove action to back him up.
Okay.
Actually, no, I'm going to take the disengage action and back up. I'm hoping he has less than 25 feet of movement speed. 25. Unfortunately, that is my action, and I have no good bonus actions at the moment. So, that is my turn.
Gonna end your turn then. We now come to
Yes.
this creature. This creature is going to lower themselves down now after clearing the space. It sees Lehman is going to go in for a tentacle strike towards.
These
Lehman,
20s, man.
it's natural 20 here. They do have resistance in them as well. They don't really succumb to the condition, so only 2 points of poison damage is dealt to them. And then the bite is going to come through here. That's going to be an 8, which misses. So Lehman holds fast and true. Now come to Lehman here after the entirety of the long rest. We have kind of possibilities here. Now, Lehman doesn't have vision, doesn't really see what you did, Kanan. They are not going to opt to light the torch. They're going to opt for a fairy fire. That's what I've seen them do in the past. I was completely not where I wanted the template, so sorry about that. My bad. I wanted it more like that, so
It's timed against us.
I'm going to force the roll here. Going to get both of them into the fairy fire, and then as the bonus action, the Steel Defender is going to go in for a Force Power Rend. 23 hits, they have 3 points of force damage, and then they end their turn. Donlin, you're up next.
I'm gonna take a second to turn around and look at the falling Jack. Do I see crystals?
You do not.
Huh. Kanan, there's no crystals down there.
Oh dear.
Oh, God.
I guess at that point, I'm going to swing and a stab.
Jesus.
23. 9 points of slashing dealt. Nice job. Just come through, swinging through.
Yeah, I'll end my turn there. I'm just gonna hold the line.
All right, this creature has opportunity abound in terms of its target, so I'm going to go ahead and roll a dice here to try to determine which one it's going to hit. Kanan, you are the lucky number here. It's going to come in for 2 attacks towards you. Tentacles come through, 13 miss as you pull yourself away. Then the bite swings through, another natural 20 from yours truly. I'm getting so many natural 20s.
Great.
I can't even.
Yeah, weren't
And
you
we got
complaining
3
about
Oh
hours.
us?
my!
Yeah.
Oh my!
That's just for this combat.
Jax is
All
already.
the
Jax
cold
is
silver.
dead. It's great time. I'm just kidding. I'm just messing with you. All right, we come into the cold silver. So you activate your patron. You get this gift coming riling through you, getting the non-magical bludgeoning, piercing, slashing damage. Reduce the damage taken by 2 plus proficiency bonus. Damage can't reduce to less than 1. So we're cutting through here. Your proficiency is 2, so it's a total of 3 points of damage that you're going to be resisting. You take 15 points of damage.
Nothing.
What's that?
4. 2 plus 2.
2 plus 2,
plus
so
proficiency.
4. 4,
Yeah.
yes. Okay, so 2 plus 2 is 4. Did I read it wrong? 2 plus proficiency. Okay, so 4 for that, so that's 14 points of piercing damage to you. Okay? So this comes holding its mouth through after Mr. Tentacles kind of negates and then just hits you at the head and razors some of its mouth against you. Creature does not move. Kang, Pip, you're up.
Okay, let's see. There's two things I could try. If I want to set down a lamp, is that doing that?
Well,
Count as anything?
so if you want to light something, right, and you want to throw something, those are kind of two different things. So the best thing that I can say for you is if you're going to light a torch, generally I constitute it as a free action, but to throw it, then we're talking an action to throw something, right? So those are action economy wise, but if you want to light something and then you want to set it down, you can use a free action to light it, then a bonus action to set it down, because technically those are both free actions, and I'll let you just use your bonus action for the economy. So you can still
Well,
have an
that's-
action and move.
I'm gonna try to do is set my lamp down, get 10 feet away, use my long P word, light it, and then continue running.
You want to use your prestidigitation to light it.
Correct. So I'm not near it when I light it, and I can use it to run even further away.
Okay, gotcha. So we'll use action then, and your free action set down, then your action prestidigitation to light it here. Go ahead and move yourself 10 feet. And you said it's a lamp? Is it a lantern?
It's a lamp. Can I
Just-
even do that with a lamp?
It's just a lamp. So I gotta look at your inventory. A lamp!
Mm,
A lamp casts bright light in a 50-foot radius and dim light for an additional 30. So it's 30, 50. Okay.
I'm hoping I can draw them that way.
Oh, now
Alright.
we're fucked. Now we gotta go down the hole.
So I got the light source put on. I'll get the lamp here. I'll put a little lamp. Why not? There you go. Oh, we need a shadow on it. There you go. There's a shadow. Anything else on your turn?
Get a little bit closer to this guy. I don't want to be in range, and then yes, that's gonna be my turn.
Okay, I'm going to end your turn here. All right, so the creature sees the lamp, turns towards it, reaches, goes in, bites it, gobbles it up. There's no more lamp.
Well, whatever. Worth a shot.
They then are going to move towards the fairy firelight and approach. Ending turn. Dax, you're up next. Dax, you are free falling. And you are paralyzed. So that's the worst thing I can possibly imagine. All right, Jax, I just need you I'm going to reveal your token here on the board so you can see. I just need you to roll a Constitution saving throw.
Nice.
Hey,
Jax, you are no longer paralyzed. You've broken free. Vision-wise, you don't see anything beyond darkness. And it is just darkness. It's just
recognize I'm-
darkness.
Do I recognize I'm falling?
You do. You're going to be... Right now, you're going to be right around 30 feet. So you're going to fall 30 feet every turn. It's kind of the normal increment. So I'm just going to go ahead and put that on you. And I'm going to make you invisible. Keeps track for me, anyways, of how far you're going down.
Yeah, and I don't see. I guess I can't do anything on this turn, right? Because I just unparalyzed.
Yeah, you unparalyzed. There's nothing you can do
Yeah.
on this turn anyway.
Okay.
So I'm going to end your turn there. Sit
I'm
back,
gonna yell
Dustin.
real quick for a free action as I'm unparalyzed.
Okay.
I'm gonna yell up, "Murderer!"
Go. Crack,
I'll
crack.
At least you won't be eaten.
Yeah, you get some of that nice drink, Dustin. You're in for a ride. All right, this creature is a lit. They're gonna look towards you, Don. They're gonna go for a tentacle strike. 19 hits you, Donlin. Prompts you for a save.
darn it. Of course, I'm rolling like crap.
14 is gonna be a success. You take 2 points of poison damage, and then it's gonna go for the mouth. 20 is gonna hit you. You take 5 points of piercing damage from the mouth as it rakes it across. It's gonna end a turn. Kanan, you're up next.
Are you gonna do the righteous thing and follow the guy you just kicked into the thing?
Well, it's kind of, I'm trying to figure out, because now, if Donlin's telling me that there's no crystals. Now we have to have a different plan.
Oh, that's great.
Well, the plan is still to go down the hole, but now we got to get down there, get you, and also not all die in the process. He is going to step to the edge and look back at Lehman, who I assume still has the rope since he's the one that we had tied it to earlier. And just yell at him, "Hand me the rope, the other end." And he's going to hold his action to take the rope and dive off.
Okay.
And that will end his turn. Oh, and
All right.
bonus action, I'm going to activate my thing
Oh, the
And
Fiendish Resilience.
and get 2 hit
So he
points.
healed on his way back to the bottom.
Sure, you're going to get 2 back, right?
Yep, yeah, I put it on.
Okay, fantastic. I'm going to end your turn there. Lance, you're up next.
Yep.
Okay. Let's see here. Can I close this? It's gonna be disadvantage however I take it. Yeah, I close the distance anyway. I will take out my sling and I will make a attack and the Horde Breaker extra attack against the 2 fairy fire targets. So left to right, start with the closer. Which long range disadvantage, fire advantage should roll at normal. We'll see.
Should counteract. We'll see.
Yep, seems like it rolled properly.
16 will hit. 8 points of bludgeoning damage dealt. So you rip a sling through. Bolt zings, hits into its head.
And the other one.
Come across with another one. 11. It's not going to land. Sing through. Bounces off and seems to just graze this creature swaying from side to side.
Okay. Unfortunate. Well, that is my action. And I don't have a bonus action, so that's my turn. Thank you.
Alright, we go ahead and end your turn there. We now come to this creature. This creature has opportunity abound. Is going to opt to swing at the Steel Defender here with the tentacles. Natural 1 comes through. Creature is going to whirl itself back into the wall slightly, then pick itself forward. And its next attack is going to be a bite, and that's aimed towards... it's another natural 1.
These dice, man.
Creature is going to be... I know, right? These dice. The creature is going to fall prone.
Oof.
Alright, we now come to Liam. Let's see here. They're holding the rope. You've prompted for the rope to hand the rope. They're going to... Let's see. They're going to take the disengage to get in position. Given that the one that's prone can still take attack opportunity, they're also potentially in space. They're going to take the disengage as an action, and as a free action, they're going to hand you the rope. Okay? So you're holding your action, you now have the rope, and you dive in.
Yep.
Okay. Kanan dives in.
Preferably, like, flings himself. Like, downward momentum.
Downward
Like,
momentum.
full on. Yeah.
Hold on. Just dive bombing. Meow. Okay. Do you have any last words?
By the light of pillow. Just
Going
Protect us all.
straight down. Okay. And as a bonus action, they're going to opt for the Steel Defender to attack with a rend at the prone one. 23 hits, deal 5 points of force damage. Alright, Talon, you're next.
Alright, well, since we don't know what's down the hole anymore, I'm gonna step here, I'm gonna step in the defender, I'm gonna step here, so I actually have room to do the thing. And then
not
I'm
all going down the.
I mean,
Solidarity.
I have to make sure the person holding you up doesn't die, sir.
Okay, that's a fair point. Hold the line.
So,
Fight later, like.
We're gonna.
As you begin to
roll here.
grow, getting mighty, place your legs right over Pip and Kang, swinging back and forth. You come in for a strike.
Yeah, I'm actually going to. Let me go ahead and take my shield off before I forget. Because we pulling out the glee.
22 is going to be successful. That is 12 points of slashing damage. You come through on the prone insectoid, smashing into their face.
We're actually going to go ahead and activate Fire Rune here.
Getting a fire rune. That is going to be a strength saving throw. The creature is going to succeed with a 22. And is going to take only 5 points of that fire damage instead of being burned and then restrained.
Unfortunate. We're in a really bad spot here. I am going to
Yes,
action
we are.
surge. And we're gonna stab this thing again because I really need one of these things to die, so I feel like we're not in such a bad spot.
24 is going to be successful. That is 12 points of slashing damage as you come through.
Oh, it's still alive. God damn it. Alright, yeah, I'll end my turn there.
Ending turn. Now, the creature seeing you enlarged, it's going to go for 2 attacks, one of which is going to be a tentacle strike towards you. Dominant, 20 hits you. Going to succeed on your saving throw. You're going to take only 2 points of poison damage, and then the bite actually is going to come towards the Steel Defender here. 11 is going to miss the Steel Defender, ending turn. Pip, you're up next.
Alright, let me go ahead. He's just gonna stand his thing, gonna cast Heroism on Donlin. And he's also going to, where's my thing? Give him a little inspiration as well. Hopefully this time it actually benefits him. Because he knows that he's going to be taking all the hits while he's standing over him. And that will be his turn.
All right, I'm going to end your turn there. Indeed, that is happening. You've stepped forward. Tentacle strike coming towards you, Donlet. 18 hits. Natural 1.
I hate everything about this game.
Spoiler alert, my inspiration wouldn't help.
Then you take 6 points of damage. Only 1 passes through. The heroism bypasses. Unfortunately for you, you are falling prey to the paralysis. You are
Could have
paralyzed.
just jumped down.
Creature is going to go in for a bite. That is a natural 20 with the advantage. 14 points of piercing damage. As they come
God.
across, raking you through. And I gotta be real with you, I've rolled so many natural 20s! Oh!
Jesus.
Man!
After complaining about our nat 20.
I know! I was complaining, and literally my computer froze. It was like, and then all of a sudden when it came back in, the Windows update was like, natural 20s in process. Natural 20s. And I knew it was, I just knew. I was like, oh, this is a good thing. I'm just kidding. It's a
It had to
horrible
turn
thing.
itself on and
Horrible
get its life together.
So sorry. I got a hand raised. What's up? Your Discord's muted. I can't hear you.
Ignore that. I was trying to type.
Oh. All right, Jax. You are continuing to fall. At this point, you are
This
at
is a-
six. You are at.
Kinda low.
You are at falling. You're going to be about 60 feet, I think, at this point. In terms of-
Increase your surface friction.
Yeah, it's not
Expand
exactly the way that it works.
like a flying
Um,
squirrel.
Can't you like grab the walls or something to slow your
There we go.
momentum? Because
So, here's the deal. So as you're falling, you're free falling. So you're going to move 30 feet in intervals. You're looking for opportunities. I need you to make a
Yep.
perception check. And roll it off your character sheet, please.
Oh,
Natural 1. You cannot feel or see really the movement around. It's so dark. You're completely disoriented and out of space. Yet you have your turn. What are we doing?
you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take out the immovable rod. And I'm
Yes.
going to, with both of my hands, just put it against the wall in the hopes that it will stop me from falling.
Okay. So
That's all I got.
It is a flat iron rod, has a button on one end. You can use an action to press the button, which causes the rod to become magically fixed in place until you or another creature uses an action to push the button again. The rod doesn't move, even if it is defying gravity. The rod can hold to 8,000 pounds of weight. More weight causes the rod to deactivate and fall. Creature can use an action to make a DC 30 strength check, moving the fixed rod up to 10 feet on success. The issue here is you can't really plant the rod in terms of the wall, but that doesn't matter. It defies gravity.
Right.
Yeah, it can be.
So when you initiate the rod, press in, just kind of aim towards the side, and as soon as you do, your body lurches as you hold the rod. And you need to catch yourself off of the two hands that you're holding. I need you to either make an acrobatics or athletics check.
Oh boy.
Jedi. A 9. As you implant the rod, I was really just looking for anything below 5 here, because you're moving at a velocity that's not incredible. You just now fallen after 12 seconds. It hasn't been a build-up too much. So you're going to plant the rod, hit it, bam, you're now kind of dangling and moving, and you're shifting your weight and things. Really, the thing that I have to say here is more or less Kanan. So, Kanan, do you have a... Well, let's be real here. You can see this, because this is only 60 feet down. And you're kind of like, you gotta have to bypass, you gotta catch the same rod. I don't know, we're gonna figure that out. But Jax, that's gonna be it for your turn, I think, at that point. Action things, you're holding on to it, you're safe, you're not falling anything further. Perhaps in the next turn you can take another perception, really see what's going on. All right, so we have this creature here. This creature is going to opt to come in for a tentacle strike towards Lehman. It's going to be hit, but again, only 1 point of piercing damage comes through. Succeeds on the concentration check, then 8 bite comes through the Steel Defender, 12 misses Steel Defender, ending turn. Kanan, we now come to you. So Kanan, you're going to be moving regardless. You're going to be going negative 30 feet at this point. You can see that the spot underneath you, so you're kind of having to push off the wall a little bit. So you're not going to just smash into it. What are we doing? Because you're still 30 feet away from their position. You'll get there on the next turn. So you have options.
So I can see for 120 feet. Do I see anything below us? Anything near us? Like anything else other than Jax hanging from his rod?
Yeah. So I need you to make a perception check.
Okay.
Natural 20. So as you look down, you can see greater than the 120 feet of your dark vision. There is something every 120 feet from where you started. There's a slight little light that seems to emanate 120 feet, 120 feet. And then past that, the very end of the tunnel is a tiny little glimpse of something. When I talk about that light every 120 feet, it's not like the tunnel ends. It's like light is entering into it. But there's an opening. But there's no crystals or glow to stop you during that time.
So how far from the next one am I, roughly?
So you're 30
first
feet
one, I
below,
guess?
so you're 90 feet away from the first glimpse of light.
Okay. All right. And so I will fall to meet. I will catch up to Jax next turn.
That's correct.
Okay. That would be 60 feet away from the next opening.
That's correct.
Yeah, then he's just gonna like double up the rope on his arm to get a better grip and wait to catch up to Jax.
Okay.
He'll just shout down, "I can see an opening beneath you." I'm gonna give myself 2 more HP back as I
Okay.
end my turn.
Okay. Ending turn. Lance, you're up next.
Alrighty. Let's see. Well, the injured one is dead, but it's also prone, so I'd have disadvantage to hit it. Yeah, so I'll go there. 15 feet. That will let me have normal to hit the badly injured one, and advantage to hit the other fairy fire one.
Okay.
So let's start with the prone injured one.
You're gonna start with that's the one you're not targeting. You're targeting the other one.
Oh, well, then I'll start with that one then, because that's
Okay.
so
23
9
is gonna hit. 9 points of bludgeoning damage. I don't think it matters either way.
Yeah.
Nice.
Excellent.
At 24
Ooh,
is going to hit 9 points of damage. You kill the creatures. It's prone. Going to run forward, cling to the wall. See this creature's writhing, trying to pull itself up from getting the natural one, smashing itself into the wall at its backside. It begins to spurt and bubble and guile as the bolt of ammunition lands straight through its center point of its abdominal structure and begins to pour out this orangeous goo.
Okay. I use the last 10 feet of my movement to back up again, and that is my turn.
Okay, so we're going to end turn. We now come to Lehman. Lehman is holding the rope right now. It's going to choose to get 5 feet closer, still within threat range for triggering attack opportunities, and then is going to go in for a series of attacks here. So we're going to go for the longsword swing, 17 hits, deals 12 points of slashing damage, and then is going to opt the bonus action for the steel defender, 17 hits to deal 5 points of force damage. They then are going to kind of look down and see nothing. They have no dark vision. Jonathan, you are paralyzed, my friend. It is not looking good for you. Just need a Constitution saving throw, please.
Please. Jesus.
12. That is going to be a success. You are no longer paralyzed.
Oh!
Ending your turn. Another tentacle strike coming towards you from the back right. That's a hit. 17. Prompts you for another save. That is successful. You take 2 points of poison damage. And then the bite is also coming for you too. 18 hits. You get 4 points of piercing damage as you're getting absolutely targeted and hit upon the precious. They might notice the paralysis. You know, we talked about that marking, right? That paralysis stuff. Kind of swiping and moving through. And so you are bleeding profusely. It's the end of the creature's turn. We now come to hit.
I'm going to take my reaction to stone that one.
Okay,
Just
go ahead.
this turn.
Creature fails with a 6. It is incapacitated and charmed. Nice work.
Is it my turn?
It is your turn. That is
Okay,
correct.
okay. I'm sorry, I was reading heroism. I can't remember if he gets it on his turn or my turn.
Oh yeah, the heroism should come through. Let me see. I think it's on his turn. I always forget.
At the start of its turns, yes.
Yes.
So he would have got what, 2 extra?
He's
points?
getting 5 back basically.
5. Yeah.
But here. I might not die next turn.
Yeah, good catch. Sorry about that.
And did you use you had to use your bardic inspiration, right?
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is, since I'm literally next to you, I'm going to cure your wounds. I'm going to do it at that 2nd level for you.
Hey,
18 total healing.
And
coming through.
then I'm going to inspire you again to not die with you right on top of me.
for all
Please
the
don't die.
paralysis
Please
strikes
don't
that I'm
die.
just fucking-
Please don't die. You're just like down there. Please don't die. Don't die. I don't want to
And-
die. You don't die.
That will be my turn.
All right, ending turn. Come to this creature. This creature is going to look towards you here, Donald. Tentacle strike comes through. 22 hits. Prompting you for a save. There's going to be a 12. That is going to be a success. Creature is going to come through a bite attack towards you. after dealing, looks like 1 point of poison damage. 22 hits you. You take 6 points of piercing damage with the bite. Ending turn. Jax, you're hanging on to the rod.
Yeah, so I'll take a look down and see what I see.
Make a perception check. Natural 20. You're going to get a very similar description
I'm back.
because you have light coming through. You know, so every 120 feet, so 60 feet below you, there's a glimpse of light. Then 120 feet past that, there's another glimpse of light. And then there's something on at the end of this tunnel, a tiny little glimpse. You cannot tell what it is. It's too far in the darkness.
So knowing what I know now about the rod, I'm gonna go ahead and on the turns fall 30 feet and click the rod. Fall 30 feet, click the. You know what I'm saying? Like increments of 30 feet.
Okay, so you're gonna let go and fall 30 feet at this point, and then on the start
Not
of
let
your turn-
go. I'm gonna let the push the button on the rod.
Yes, you're gonna push the button on the
Yeah.
rod, and then you're gonna fall.
Yeah. But I'm not letting go of the rod.
You're just on the rod, letting go.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
to move down with the rod every 30 feet on every turn, and
Okay.
I'll stop at the first light that I get to and take a peek.
Okay, sounds good. We're gonna end your turn there.
Yep.
All right, we come to this creature. This creature is going to opt for a now tentacle strike on the steel defender. 13 misses steel defender. That a bite comes through towards Liebet. Liebet is hit for a 20. Looking at the reactions, I think I can deflect. Oh, it has to be within 5 feet of it. No, I should have not moved Liebet. You know what? I'm gonna retcon. I'm gonna move the steel defender. I didn't realize he used to be 5 feet, so. And then I'll do a disadvantage bite. Yeah, so 10 is gonna miss. The steel defender is gonna use the reaction to use deflect attack. Try to gain disadvantage upon that attack. So 10 is not gonna hit Lehman there, and that's gonna be the end of the creature's turn. I'm gonna retcon it just because I thought they didn't have to be that far, I thought they didn't have to be close up. So. I'm trying to do it the best I can in terms of what Brad would do. So, Kanan, what are we doing?
He's just gonna continue to fall after Jax at this point.
Okay.
I will give myself another 2 HP back.
Okay.
And that'll end his turn.
All right. So, Jax, you're now going to go to your 90 feet there, and then Kanan, you'll be at 60 feet. Start of your next turns. Ending there. Lance, you're up next.
Okay. Let's go for the near dead fairy card. Why not? I'll have to close a little bit of distance so that I can do it. One away, get close to the heat. Target that one back there. And jam it out.
Firing off the sling here. Ooh, 12. That's not going to get it.
Dagnabbit. Okay. There's no enemy within 5 feet because we're all separated by 10 feet or more, so I back up 15 feet because I walk forward 10. That rounds out my movement. That's my turn. Thank you.
Okay. I'm going to have you do an impromptu perception check for each charge. Then roll, please. $17. Lance, you can hear the sounds and slithering of more creatures emanating from your western, north, and southern side.
Oh god. Okay.
That's the end of your turn. Unless you want more movement. You have more
No,
movement.
that's all my movement. 25 feet.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Just letting you get that check since you're the furthest back, so you're able to kind of hear that. So I'll give you that for your charge there. So, well, it is holding the rope. Still doesn't see anything, so they're just going to continuously attacking until that rope goes taut. 25 is going to hit. They deal 10 points of slashing damage. Then, as a bonus action, the Steel Defender comes to their end. 10 points of force damage. That creature is dead. That is the end of their turn. Donlin, you're up next.
All right. I'm gonna look down at Pip. Follow them into the hole. and I'm going to start stabbing this one here. Hey, let's go.
Nice.
Natural 20!
All of the 20s.
Yeah, 26
All
points
the
slash damage.
points,
You
man.
just come through the glaive, pulling it up, slicing through the creatures. It smashes some of its guts upwards. It kind of rise and swirls, and tentacles are kind of pulling it. So it's pulling itself back.
Bonus action. I'm gonna hit it with the back of the glaive.
And with the pommel strike, so again, just kind of click the glaive again. Get the damage. If it hits, it's totally going to hit. So go ahead and roll a d4 for me. Wow.
So 8.
8 total?
Yep.
Okay. Smashing with the back of the pommel now, kind of coming through at the upper strike, and then seeing kind of curl back to jab it right into one of its compound eyes.
I'm going to move 5 feet up to kind of block anything from chasing, and I will end my turn.
Alright, this creature is incapacitated, charmed, ending turn. Creature is going to see with a 16 at the end of its turn. Stone runes down. Pip, you're up next.
Alright, I'm going to, I guess. I don't know if he likes the advice of follow them when he doesn't. But if he knows they're dying. But he's going to get right here. He's going to hit him with his rapier because he might as well not let him attack him.
Alright, so you are in melee range. You are in flanking here with your Patriot. So
Yeah.
we haven't had a real opportunity to use that yet, but we might not have to use it for your attack rolls.
Wait.
17 is going to hit. Technically an 18 with the flanking, 4 points of piercing damage dealt.
And he's going to end his turn at that moment right now.
Okay, ending turn. We're going to come to this creature. The creature was just stabbed by you, Pip, and as such, it is going to come for tentacle towards you and a bite. 18 hits you, prompts you for save. That is going to be an 11. That will be a failure. You take 3 points of poison damage, and you are paralyzed. And now it's going to try to bite you. Take 15 points of piercing damage as the bite comes through, grabbing onto one of your legs like a sucker and a leech as you run, clutching yourself from underneath, praying that you could be defended. You grab onto the leg, but then you're paralyzed. The sucker kind of pulls you back, reaching across your leg, and that's the end of the creature's turn. Jax, you had fell 30 feet. Action, stop yourself. Or are you going to stop yourself at when you can reach the spot? You said.
How far from where I started? How far away was the first light?
You're
area?
gonna get there. You're gonna get there in the start of your next turn. Start of your next turn, you will be there at 120 feet below where you had been pushed.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm just gonna stop myself then, and I'll get there next turn.
Okay, you'll stop yourself then. Get there next turn.
Yep.
We're just gonna end your
Yep.
turn then. Okay. Kanan, same thing.
Yep.
Okay, we're
And
gonna
then
get.
until I get there.
Okay, Lance, you're up.
Give myself HP back.
Okay.
Sounds good.
If that's the case, then I will move forward. You having heard that there are people coming up behind, I will get up behind this fellow.
You have a +2. You now have a +2, even though, again, we talk about paralysis, we talk about
Yep.
flanking stuff, doesn't that matter. They're in melee range, so that's all that matters here. So you're gonna have +2 your attack roll. Let's see what happens.
Alrighty. We will try. Good. Oh, 14 actually. Then.
14 is going
Right.
to hit. Yeah. So you're going to take 8 points. They're going to take 8 points of piercing damage. Getting
Okay.
the deep flanking. It works.
It works.
Works. It's like it's
And
working.
since we hit with that, I will go ahead and apply a distracting strike to hopefully give advantage on the next attack roll and some more damage.
Okay.
That was 20 feet of my movement. I'm going to shimmy 5 feet to the northeast, and that rounds out my movement. That's my turn. Thank you.
All right. Ending turn here. We now come to Lehman. Lehman is going to look towards the other one that's in range, attack range. You're going to come with the longsword. 14 hits, deals 7 points of slashing damage. And then the Steel Defender comes in for a rend. That is going to be 20, which is 9 points of force damage. And that is the end of their turn. Donlin, you're up next.
Alright, we are going to take the advantage here on this one from the distracting strike. And
Send
stab it.
Good thing.
20 is going to hit. I don't need to add the extra damage. 7 is going to be enough, so you're able to come through, slashing down top of it. See as the creature's distracted, pulling itself towards Lance, and he's just going to come through its head region, cleaving it almost in just 2 pieces, taking the blow. The creature's dead.
Alright, we're gonna move away from Pip a little bit towards this creature to get an extra flank off, and bonus action pommel strike it.
Alright, so you have a +1 to the attack. 12 is what the attack roll is going to be, and unfortunately 12 is not going away.
Okay. And I will end my turn here.
Ending turn, the creature looks towards, it has plenty of opportunities to attack, and at this point I'm going to go ahead and get the random odds to see who it's going to swing at. Alright, the tentacle strike comes towards Lehman. 23 hits Lehman, they take 1 point of damage. Concentration fails, but it doesn't matter, because those creatures are dead anyways. And then the bite is coming for the Steel Defender. Alright, actually clicked the wrong thing, but it's fine. See modifiers. That's a miss on the Steel Defender. Not going to be Pip. That's going to be a Constitution saving throw for you. Ooh,
Yay.
nat 20, baby.
Nice.
All right, so you're going to be good. The paralysis is now worn off, but that's the end of your turn, unfortunately. Jax, you doing it?
I'm gonna take a gander at what the first lighted spot has to offer.
Okay. All right, Jax, I'm going to go ahead and pull you to scene here. I do want to check your vision because I don't think there's a lot you can see. Yeah,
Probably
there's
not.
Not a lot. I'm going to also pull you here. I'm going to leave the name of the map. Let you have a little guess there. So we're going to give a description really quick here. And I'm going to create some. So what you could observe in this space are these wells. Not, again, dissimilar to what you've seen before, but these appear to be large and massive. They're just ingrained into the floor, very seamless. And this aura of reddish fuel is just kind of pouring out of them. As you cling onto the middle rod, you stare. You can see that there is a spindle of reddish energy that's cackling around it like a ball, and it's twirling and twisting only about 10 or so feet above it, just rotating and moving. And as that's happening, it's actually striking down into another well filled with these geodes of white crystals that are of the same shape and geometry as those you've observed before. The prisms and the red, they're all very similar in that structure. And it seems to vaporize them, crystallize, to break them down into tiny fragments. It's like consuming them. And as it does that, it begins to build a red version of the same crystal that it just consumed. Right in the epicenter of that cackling. It's like reconstructing. And after it's finished, and in that 6 seconds it does it, just disappears in this glory of purplish energies. It's teleported away. All 3 of the wells are doing that, and they do that to 2 of the crystal wells, feeding off of them continuously, never ending. Caden, you're now on scene. But do you have a removal rod? That's the question. So what are you doing? Because now you're passing by Jax.
So I'm catching up. Yeah.
Yep.
So I would like to try and loop the rope because I'm nearing the bottom of the rope, give or take 20 feet. I'm pretty sure. We had like 120, 150
100.
feet of
We had
rope.
150 total.
Yeah, but we knotted it, so like it's a little bit shorter than that.
Oh yeah, true.
Anyway, so he's just going to try and loop the rope around the rod, knowing he's going to stop either way, but hoping to sort of give it a little bit more security rather than just yanking on Lehman, when he hits the
Okay,
bottom.
so you're gonna try to catch yourself then on this move rod after falling. You're gonna
Yeah.
try to. Okay, so it's gonna be same acrobatics or athletics. Either one of those two. It could just be dex based or strength based. The way it could be approached. At 11, Jax, I need you to make a strength check, please.
Strength check. Oh boy, just a straight check here.
Straight strength check, please.
Okay.
Hey,
Nice.
I'll take it.
So, as Caden comes through, wrapping around the rope, they hold on, getting the rope there, but then they begin to slip from their own grip from the force as it rips up their arm. You reach out, grabbing them, bracing hands of their off. Caden, you have one hand here wrapped around the rope of the immovable rod. Jax lets go of one of theirs, reaches down for you, and then you have the rope, and then Jack's hand pull up both on the immovable rod. Caden, I'm pulling you now to scene so you can observe in similar fashion with party members.
Would seem Belarugar is on your side tonight.
Someone certainly.
Caden, with your extra vision here, you don't observe any creatures in the darkest of the regions here around these central, large, massive corridor here. What you can observe, is mucus and slime coats this area. There's been activity here. You just don't see anything active. We're now going to get back into the fight. Lance.
Okay. Seeing that we got more coming from the west, north, south, everywhere but east, I'm going to keep moving east. Try to squeeze between the bodies. Come over here and see if I can't shank this fellow.
Okay, so we're flanking 2 now. The Steel Defender doesn't count. So summables and things are going to add to that bonus. You get that +2.
And +2 we shall take.
26 is going to hit. That's going to deal 9 points of piercing damage.
We'll take it. And that is my turn. Okay.
All right, ending turn. You see as Lehman holding the rope feels the tug. They have landed. And then goes into attack. I feel like that's pretty good. I don't know.
That's pretty good.
18 hits, 6 points of slashing damage. Steel Defender coming through with a rend here. 18 hits, 5 points of force damage, just continuously walloping on this creature here. Donlin, you can see it's in dire straits. It's being ripped apart multiple ways. It's kind of swirling itself from left to right.
fish.
It's going to hit with the flanking 2, 14, 10 points of slashing damage is dealt.
All right, and then pommel strike.
All right, coming through on Palma Strike, 20 will hit. Roll the d4 for me.
6.
6
Total.
points. Okay, you jab it straightly through the compound eye. See this creature begins to whirl, pull back. The creature is dead, falling back down into the ground. That's the end of combat.
I suppose we should go after them.
Yeah.
So, out of curiosity, is Don? What is his size now compared to that hole? Could he fit?
This is gonna last for all of about 12 more seconds.
How long does it take to go down a hole, though? So I'm just wondering if he's big enough, he can stop the sides if it ends up being bad.
Well, yeah, but then if he goes back to being little, it doesn't work anymore.
Yeah.
That's like releasing the brake on the elevator.
So as you're discussing and wondering this and deciding, more creatures begin to fill in space of your vision. You hear them moving, coming into the central corridor.
Down the rope. Tie
Hang
the
on.
rope to one of these bodies. Down the rope.
I'm actually going to try here, and then I'm going to try and send a message
So
to Jax.
as we're hanging here, Kanan's going to actually tie off the rope securely to the rod, rather than just holding on to it. And he will look at Jax. I believe there's more bugs down here. I don't see any, but they've certainly been here. It may be better for us to go further down, but we should probably. We're almost out of rope. We should wait for the others to catch up. It might be a bit bumpy.
So if I send a message,
They're coming. Go down the road.
Decision time is
Alright.
now. Creatures begin
Alright.
to move, Lance. You can see them emanating through. There's more at their backside, not just the 6 that are now filling your dark vision space. Lehman is holding the rope. They're going to be the last one to jump through. And they're wondering what people are going to be doing here. So we have a plan set forth. I just need to understand. Jax, Hanan, you're tying off the rope to the rod?
Yeah.
Okay. And
Oh,
then are
no,
you...
certainly
I am not leaving that rod.
Okay. So Jax, you're hanging on the rod. Kanan, you're tying off the rod. Are you both moving into the space or just staying in the tunnel?
I'm staying in the tunnel.
Oh, you're gonna stay in the tunnel where I thought you wanted to go.
No. I think we need to. He was saying we need to keep going down like this.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree with that. So I think
So-
what you do is you tie your rope. I guess it's attached to Layman still, isn't it? Shit.
Yeah, they're gonna have to basically plunge down and then bungee jump. Basically, is what's about to happen.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm tying the rope off. 'Cause
Okay,
I don't
no.
wanna be holding it.
Yeah, that makes sense. I just don't want to leave the rod. It's come in handy already.
Oh yeah, no. We're gonna once they hit the bottom, then you can do the same trick, except you're gonna be holding all of us, right?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. We tie off the rope to the rod, and I
Yeah,
30
you just
feet at a
bump it
time
down
while
30
you
feet at
guys
a
hold
time.
on to the rope. Yeah, okay, we're on the same page.
well, I
Okay.
guess Dip is just
So-
gonna jump then.
Dip is going to jump.
Well,
Motivated.
he's gonna grab the rope and jump. Let me clarify.
Well, the rope technically right now is kind of taut because remember we have the range of distance. So at that
Kind of
point,
start hand over handing it or something.
yeah, at that
Yeah,
point you
like-
just hand over hand and just kind of begin to shimmy down. You don't necessarily have to jump at this point. Everyone can kind of get themselves into a position here, and Lehman is just going to be the last one. Lehman is going to be
He'll
the
have
one
to
to
jump.
jump. At that point,
Yeah.
you're just going to let go of the rope. It's not complicated. We don't need to make it complicated. I just want to make sure that we're on the right path with what the plan is, right? So the plan seems to be a careful approach to get to the movable rod level and then down. My biggest concern is your giant smite. Are you ending that? Because you will reach if you free fall, you will reach the movable rod. Technically, you're large. You'll smash into the movable rod.
Bust your nuts on the rod.
You'll bust your
And that
nuts on the rod. That
rod ain't
moving.
In
So
a
it seems-
bicycle seat.
I
So
don't
see-
think Donlo would think about it. I think he would just jump in the hole. Like he's
Okay.
like,
No.
I can stop
Okay.
myself if I need to.
Yeah, it only
All
lasts
right.
like a minute or something, right?
It's that scene from Shrek where he comes sliding
That's
down.
literally the scene.
When I
Alright,
had
I'm
topped off my health, that would have finished by the time the minute was up.
All right, we are just gonna go ahead and get this scene activated because it's easier to get you all in one scene. Stream be over. Okay. So, as you're climbing down, you're shimming yourselves down. Okay. Then at that point, Lehman needs to go. The Lehman is jumping. Lehman jumps, grabs Steel Defender to the shoulder, and then the rope begins to kind of free fall you all down. Okay. Now, there's space. There's 5, 5, 5. There's just not space for a large creature to pass all the way through that. Okay? So Lehman has the rope still tied to them. So the intent is that Lehman is going to fall and then snap onto the rope.
Bungee jump, essentially, yeah.
Is bungee jump.
I mean, I guess
I don't know what
can
else
catch
we
him
can do. Yeah, unless you
while
can
I'm
hold him.
large.
But don't you like, literally have 5 seconds of that or something?
So are
Like,
you
how
going
long is it
to
gonna last?
stop the force here?
Yeah, I would, yeah, because the immovable rod's there, so
Yeah.
I have a foot and I have the wall.
Yeah,
so,
you got the wall. You're going
I-
to literally hit into
Yeah, I'm
the
gonna
thing.
stop
then
and
just
then I'm
let
gonna
him
grab
down?
Yeah, I'm gonna grab
Yeah,
Lehman
yeah.
and
So you're going to put your hands against, you're going to push your back, or you're going to try to slow your momentum down.
yeah.
I need you to make a strength check.
Oh, that was almost a 20.
18.
God, it's a good.
So you're beginning to slow yourself down. You're getting yourself pitched, and you're getting it down. Now the issue here is the party coming down on top of you.
should have just had them ride me. I didn't think this through.
Smack, smack, smack. Into your shoulders they fall. Then that begins to hit you further down into the movable rod. You all begin to kind of cascade here, grouped in a large pile of massive bodies by the plug that is Donlin and his giant ass. Now, Caden, Jax, you're just literally hanging. The rod is hitting in. You're kind of squishing your hands. You might be moving, shimming yourself. I'm not going to assign damage, even though I probably should, honestly. It didn't even know there should be some fall damage
Ass cheeks
here.
damage.
Ass cheek damage, but I think it's just comical to say the least. We're also nearing the time of our session here, so you're kind of all slammed into the tunnel. Cheeks hitting. Lehman's now here, curled over top. What are we going to do? What's the plan?
Throwing everyone that's on me into this room.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I
Sorry, not
believe
sorry.
there are more bugs here. Careful. We may be better off going down the rest of the way. I suppose whatever we're looking for probably is at the bottom.
Do we even have like a few minutes just to apply a few pulses, get Jax up, maybe Donlin, maybe Pip?
Do it quietly, I would recommend.
Okay.
Can we use that thing that you guys are holding on to just anchor the rope and we go down the rope
Oh, buddy.
instead of backwards, the way that we
Look.
just did it?
What we're doing here is we're gonna tie the rope off. You guys are gonna hold on to the rope. I'm gonna control the immovable rod, and we're going down 30 feet at a time, buddy. While you guys hold on to the rope, we're gonna shimmy down with the immovable rod.
Short answer is
Why-
yes.
Why don't you just hold on to the rod there and then we climb down the 120 feet, see what the next level is, and then you come down. So that way you don't have to make 6 people try to hold on to a rope that's falling.
We are 100% making 6 people try to hold on to a rope that's falling.
You could all tie yourselves on at this point.
Yeah, it's not hard.
Jesus
Jeez.
Christ.
I don't care how we do it. I just know that I'm not leaving the rod, so.
Right.
If you guys want to crawl down the rope first and get to the next level, that's fine.
I suppose that makes the most sense.
Okay. So
I'm
we're not wasting time, or we?
I
Are
mean,
y'all gonna patch up before we move down?
Yeah, we can patch if it's gonna take. Like,
yeah.
how long
I
does
mean,
it take?
it takes 4 minutes, one per poultice, and I have 4 of them. So if we have 4 minutes, that's some healing I can throw out before we continue.
For a long time with slugs coming after us, and we know that they're already in the tunnels here
Right.
because you heard them. I don't think we have 4 minutes.
Okay. Well, then we won't do it. Not here anyway.
We're deciding to
tie
press
off.
forward.
Yeah, we tie off the rope and they go down to the next level, and then I'll 30 feet increments get the immovable rod down.
Okay. All right. So with that, we're going to go ahead. We have a plan set forth for our next session. We'll go ahead and kind of wrap it up, so we're not getting into any other combat. Will definitely last a lot longer. We'll be giving out inspiration to Jax. We're using the movable rod in an extremely creative way
Big
to
brain.
navigate the situations. To get that inspiration to your character sheet. It gives you an inspiration in this game is an automatic success. So whenever you want to achieve success, you can do so, and that can be success for you, or it can be success for a friend. It can be a failure of a saving throw because you want to be successful for some, like a spell maybe, right? So it can be a failure for someone, and so that kind of gives you a little bit of options for that inspiration. I'm gonna go
I
ahead and
need that
pause
before
our.
we make it to the bottom of this hole.
I know,
Yeah,
right?
no shit.
For sure. We're
I
gonna
can't
go
believe you kicked me off the side.
Yeah, Fus for Dav.
Bro, that
You-
man just fucking
This
yeeted
is
you.
Confessor
His ass
Caden!
first, just like
Every-
yeeted you. And it was
Every
like,
hole
oh.
we've been in had crystals. Like, it was like, obviously there's going to be crystals in this hole. Like, he's going to get eaten
Oh
if I
my
don't push him
God.
over.
This
Yeah.
is good for us,
Oh
okay?
my god.
He came
I
after
just
you.
fucking yeeted that
Yeah.
man.
I just have this the beginning of 300, where Leonidas kicks the dude into the
Mm-hmm.
into the fucking hole. I'm like, oh.
I legitimately thought you were gonna die, Jax. I forgot you had the immovable rod until like
Yep.
Man, I
I
for
expected.
2 turns I went through my head how I can survive this. And I luckily went to my inventory. I was like, "Oh my god, I have the immovable rod." Holy
Big
shit.
brain.
that is probably one of the best items to have in any game. For
Yeah.
shit like that. It has
Yeah.
so many random fucking uses.
I
Yeah.
You
I
can
expected
block
that to be a
doors
kill.
with it. There's so much shit you can do with that rod.
God.
You just put that shit behind a wooden door and just fucking, or like a metal door and you just yunk. That's locked now. With a fucking 30 DC strength check to try to move that shit.
Yeah, that's that'll come in handy, I'm sure.
It's okay. When we get me my belt of fire giant strength, I'll be able to move it.
All right, so we have
Holy
1,212
cow.
experience each, but you at 7,375. That
Hey.
does mean a level up, I believe.
ding, ding.
So let's go ahead and get the level.
Ding,
Let's get the level up
ding,
noise.
ding.
Nice.
We did it. But very big level up. Level 5 is always a good one. Wow, Donlin, way to hit it hard there. So level 5 is a big one. Obviously, we get the extra attacks and things and stuff. So we'll do the level up here after the stream ends. Or if people need to head out, we can always do it prior to the session start next week. But we also don't have Brad here with us. So now the experience is not just for the combat, but it's also for the approach and Gothalak, the actual space there. So that dialogue and going through some of that stuff, or your checks that you made, that also gives experience. So it's not always just about combat giving experience. There's also a pretty hefty weight in role play. In terms of rolls as well, a lot of natural 20s from you all, as in addition to me. So that weights it as well. So now we're left with the rescue. We've accomplished our quest. This was our quest. Our quest was to find the prospectors, and that was it. And we found the prospectors, and that was a very dire circumstance that they had been posed into. According to Emirate, the only survivor. Balan has taken Emirate back to where they need to go, back to shelter, back to safe haven, back to family. And you all had decided to venture forward instead of just leaving. So you are now pushing yourselves onwards to figure out why this place exists. What's so interesting? It's so interesting. Why is it here? It's odd. And you are now really getting into the depths of this place. Seeing this mechanical engineering here and the way that it's designed is just is impressive, but also kind of a massive in scale and size, knowing this is just below the mountain depths. So anyways, if you watched the stream, thanks so much. Really appreciate it. Given that we had my computer froze and all of that, so got the stream back up. So hopefully you join us next week for Fridays at 5 p.m. PDT, and we'll look forward to session 7. So thanks so much for watching. Bye.
Bye.
Chat.
Bye.